Yours too, but she liked Justin. She said to friend request.
You're on the punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello.
What a show
we got today. I'm running 101 fever, and I'm gonna get everybody sick today.
Might as well. So what's going on?
Well, let me get this show together. Oh no, these motherfuckers turn the music up, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, it ruins it ruins the train of thought.
Get started on the train.
All right, guys. So here's the situation today. What do you want to start with?
James is sick.
Yeah, we said that. What's up, Esteban? What's up, Julian? Bobby? Kelly? What's up, Kelly Pavlik? He's watching the show today.
What's going on?
Hey, so I wanted to let's talk about the elephant in the room, the Joe Rogan show.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good.
I was there. I was only a couple feet away.
Yeah, it was a really good interview. You know, he did it right. What was hard about it is this: when you go on it, you don't know what you're going to ask. Like he literally had me come right in. You go inside the building, and you seen.
I seen it. Yeah.
And then, hey, what's going on? How's everything going? And it takes you right into the room where you go and do the show at.
Yeah.
And literally sat down. I put the headphones on.
He was ready, huh?
Yeah, he explained, put your hand up to your chin. That's how far away you should be from the microphone, and let's go. So,
you know what I was really impressed was the way that you guys had banter back and forth. You could tell that you guys are like friends. You know what I mean by the way you guys spoke? A lot of times when you interview, you don't have that connection. And it's like, you do thousands of interviews a year, right?
Yeah.
But there's not that connection. You guys already have a connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. I mean, he made you feel comfortable.
Yes.
You know, it was really nice.
What's up, Damon? Bobby? Yeah, Amy and Melissa are both here. Before we get started and go back to the Rogan show, I want to thank all the people in LA that helped us out. Ellie Sekback.
Definitely Ellie Setback.
Joe Goosen. Ricky Funes.
Rudy Hernandez.
Robert Garcia.
Yep.
Pacquiao Garcia. Mikey Garcia and Pita.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the list goes on.
And,
we have Mark LaMica, guys like that. You know.
Let's not forget Maywood Gym.
Yep.
Maywood Boxing Gym. That's one of the best gyms in LA. Who else? Our girl.
Delilah.
Yes, I was waiting for you to say her name. Our girl Delilah. All these people made our trip really nice out there. We're very welcoming. Lily.
Yeah, Lily. I mean, so Lily. Yeah, there was just a lot of people. And if we forget you, forgive us.
And Roger Romo.
Roger.
Mark LaMica. Who else?
We already mentioned Mark.
Who was the other one? Who was his friend? Nick. Oh, there was Nick, and there was
We got a YouTube.
Okay, let's hit the YouTube.
Julian Slowwater Banks.
Okay.
Mr. Kelly Pavlik, you're my favorite boxer of all time. I'm from North Jackson, Ohio. I was born in '94, and my parents went to 5 of your fights. I got to see you stop Rubio live in Y-Town. Thanks, Julian. I appreciate that, man. And thanks for tuning into the punchline. Thanks for being a fan. I truly appreciate it.
Another YouTube question, Kelly. Is that it? Zalat, Shalawat, your take on Khan versus Crawford. Me and Kelly were just talking about this. I'm excited. I don't have a pick yet, but I know Crawford is a really good fighter. But before we go into who I think is going to win or not, let me say this. We talked to Joe Goosen earlier in the week. Joe Goosen said that Amir Khan was offered $12 million to fight Kell Brook. He was offered $5 million to fight Crawford. He turned down the $12 million to fight Brook and took the $5 million to fight Crawford. All these people and all these fans fucking bitch about these fighters not taking great fights. Amir Khan is a guy that's out there daring to be great. He took a $6 or $7 million pay cut to fucking be great. I got nothing to say.
Okay. Well, first, I want to thank Nick and everyone at Wally's too.
Yes.
And the kid Nick that we met, really cool. That was a great opportunity.
Super Agent Nick, right?
Mm-hmm. But going on that fight, it kind of falls into the same thing as Mikey Garcia and Earl Spence. You know, Khan probably will not get the credit for taking that fight with Crawford that he should get. You know, he's daring to be great, just like Mikey is doing. And instead of everybody embracing it and saying, holy shit, that's good for boxing, they want to sit there and knock it down.
Yeah.
Personally, I have that fight. Crawford is gifted, and it's hard to bet. It's like trying to bet against Mayweather when you bet against Crawford. He's that good. But as I said before with Khan, I have a hard time seeing Khan losing a fight to anybody if the fight goes to decision. I have a hard time seeing anybody outboxing him. I think he has one of the fastest hands in boxing right now. So if that fight goes to decision, I think it's going to be very, very interesting.
Brian Papa says, awesome show. Come back, Ghost, at Cruiser. All the best. If you need shoes, hit my company. Valid Boxing, old school shoes. Awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. Thank you, Brian.
Well, I'm sure I'm going to mention this 10 million times on the show today.
We'll get to that to the end. You want to?
Well, no, I'm going to stress it again, though, right now. So it's out there. I clearly stated on the Rogan show that I am thinking about it. So I just don't want nobody to get it twisted and expect that I am coming back to fight. I am seriously giving it some thought. So
about 75, 80%.
So please don't hold me to.
Yep. But, you know.
He took a $7 million pay cut to get put to sleep.
Regardless, Perry, that's what he did. And it's daring to be great.
You can't knock him for that.
What are you going to do? He can pay $12 million and he won't get credit for the win over Brook because Brook's damaged.
All right, punchline. We already hit that. Oh yeah, Ricky Funya said the fastest fighter he's seen in the gym is Khan, and a guy sparred him in the past. Once again, reiterated that he was the hardest puncher that they have been in against.
Everybody, we said that how many times? Yeah. Every fighter has said that. Amir Khan is one of the hardest punchers.
I forgot to tap on that. Yes, I said his hand speed is probably the fastest in the sport, but let's not forget about his power.
What did Mikey say? Mikey said the hardest puncher he's ever faced was Amir Khan, that he's ever worked with was Amir Khan. This is a guy who sparred Valero and Matisse.
Exactly.
And Pacquiao in his prime.
Let's go to the YouTube real quick. Dennis Rice. I think Crawford KO's Khan. Ghost, I buy your pay-per-view if it happens. Well, I do appreciate that, Dennis. And you know what? With your pick, and thanks for being a fan, but with your pick, I see nothing wrong with that. No. Crawford's that good.
Crawford's amazing.
Obviously, we've seen that Khan can be put to sleep numerous times. That's why I state that if the fight goes to decision, though, what could happen. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with that pick.
Darren says, Khan said he's going back to being trained by Virgil Hunter at this point in his career. Do you think it makes that much of a difference who trains him? Absolutely it does. I think that he was better off with Joe Goose, and if that's the case, I thought he was working with Joe from what we just heard.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. But whether he goes to Virgil Hunter, I wish him the best. But I think at this point of his career, I don't know. Kelly can answer that better. That deep into his career, does going to a different trainer help? We're back.
It could help, and it could hurt. It's a really touchy situation with that. Yeah. It all depends, and it comes down to the fighter or how the trainer brings in the new fighter. It's hard to take a guy that's been accustomed to one person for more than one camp and switch him into a new camp where you don't know anybody, where the comfortability is not there. But then again, it could be also very good for him. So,
Damus, isn't Khan a gold medalist? No, he's a silver medalist. He was the youngest silver medalist in history. I think he was 17 when he won the silver medal.
King William, no, I'm not officially coming back, and I hope you heard that the first time. But
you're just thinking about it. We're considering the offers. Considering your offers.
It's a long road before we have an answer, but when the answer does come, you best believe it's going to be on the punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez.
That's the only place the answer is going to come from. What's good, Ifkar? Stephanie's watching. Hey, Amanda. No, I'm not feeling better yet, but I'll get there. Bobby said, if you need some light sparring, Kelly, just let me know. I'm good for one round.
Yeah.
And we'll fly back out there.
Yeah. Julian Slowwater from YouTube goes, Mr. Pavlik, I have so many great memories from watching your boxing matches with my friends and family. You're a Hall of Famer in my book. Beating a prime Jermaine Taylor, those fights were classics. Again, Julian, I do appreciate it, man. I hope we'll see what happens. I'll get shit for getting in the Hall of Fame.
Nate the Great says, I sent you guys an invitation for my last wrestling meet. I'm sorry, Nate. Yeah, we were getting packed up for California, but I will do my best to make one of them for you, okay? I promise. And I'm sure if Kelly can get out there, he'll make one for you too.
Absolutely.
It's hard for us to get out there, but we will. Lunkin Lunker says, Khan knocked down my Donna with body shots. He did.
Mm-hmm. Was that the one you just read, Brian Papas?
No, Lunkin Lunker. And there's one by Dennis Rice. Can you see that one?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right now. But let's go to Brian's. He goes, Khan has balls and takes one risk after another. Throwback mindset. Good for him. Wish guys would step up like that now. I concur.
Yep.
I agree with you. John Ferrer. Kelly Palick, what did you think of Caleb Plant's performance against...
We'll get to that one.
Yeah, we're going to get to that here in a few minutes, John.
Dennis says, if Broner doesn't let his hands go, Pac-Man wins by decision. I can't argue that. I absolutely can't. But I will tell you this. Broner looks good.
Or Broner will pick it up like
in the 6th round.
8th, 9th round and, think he got robbed.
But didn't you think Broner looked good in camp?
He did.
He looked really fucking good.
He did. That's the fight right there. I mean, it's, again, what I talked about before with that.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao is due to show his age. Father Time is due to show up on Pacquiao's doorstep. But if Pacquiao goes out there and has one great night again, like him old self, and Adrian Broner don't fight the full 12 rounds, I see Pacquiao winning that fight by decision. I do. I mean, it's he ain't gonna knock Broner out. Yeah. But I see him winning by a decision.
Robert Simerson, my dudes. Another question. Jay Jason says, Broner versus Pac-Man, Spence Jr. versus Mikey, and Bud versus Khan, all on pay-per-view. Makes me appreciate the zone even more. Exactly. You know what? This is going to be a great year for fights. Are we going to Pacquiao? Not Pacquiao. Are we going to Crawford and Spence?
Yeah.
Crawford and Cotton.
I think we are.
Madison Square Garden, April 20th.
We got to. Yeah, I mean, my God, zone, they're not playing around. They're hurting other networks, but you know what? It's in a good way. We got another one here. Lunker. No one outboxed Khan. If Crawford outboxed Khan, I will be impressed. And Lunkin, that's where I'm going. Is it out of the question that Crawford can outbox Khan? No. Crawford is a hell of a fighter. He's amazing in the ring. His hand speed. And on top of that, his ring IQ, everything. But again, I haven't seen anybody. And Khan has fought some great fighters. And even the fights that he got knocked out, he was winning them.
He was beating Canelo.
He was beating Canelo, yes. I mean, a bit, and Canelo was bigger. I don't know. I think it's going to be hard too. I'll be very impressed.
David said, Kelly James, you guys said Pac looked rough in sparring. Was it because Kelly didn't say that, I did. Was it because Pac was sparring harder guys or looked old? I don't know. Ellie had told us that he didn't look great. I don't know. I would have to get, but he just said he didn't look really good in sparring.
It probably could have been the sparring partners too, or it could have been a little bit of both. I must really be the only guy who thinks Canelo outboxed Khan. I don't think so.
Who said that?
King William Thompson.
Where?
He goes, I must really be the only guy who thinks Canelo. You are the only guy who thinks that.
You absolutely are.
Well, before James gets to that, Sergio, the bigger question is, will Bud knock him out? That's a really good possibility.
Yes. Jillian Slowater Banks. James, what are your thoughts on Mark Brilliant as an amateur boxer? I feel he hasn't talked about enough. I think Mark Brilliant was one of the greatest amateurs that ever lived. And without question, probably the greatest U.S. amateur we've ever had. Him and maybe Ricardo Williams were the two best U.S. amateurs we ever had, I think.
Yeah. I would have to agree with that. Probably the three best got to be Lomachenko.
Well, no, that's
Felix.
world.
I know. I'm talking about overall. Felix Savon, Lomachenko, and
Mark Breland. And what about Ariel Hernandez from Cuba? He had 7 fucking Olympics, 600 Olympics.
Speaking of Crawford, his past opponent Gamboa versus Tank have seen posts on this possibility happening. Thoughts? Tank. I'm not tanking that one easily.
What? Tanking who?
Gamboa versus Tank.
Oh, just size difference, man. Tank will run right over Gamboa. Gamboa showed his age last fight against Sosa, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought he showed it the last couple fights. Last 2 rounds of the fight, Canelo started to outbox Khan.
What about the other 4 rounds?
Yeah. Guys, how does Crawford handle Khan's hands on the back foot? Crawford gets caught on that out. How does Crawford handle Khan's hands?
How does he fight off his back foot? I mean...
Well, I'm sure Crawford is going to have game plans for that. Again, Crawford's a very smart fighter.
Crawford's a guy that can fight off his back foot. Because he's not a boxer. He's a boxer puncher. He's skilled. And if anybody voted for Crawford to win this fight, I can see every reason in the world. I'd vote for Crawford.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying that Khan's a better fight than people think.
Yep. What about Ray Leonard and Howard Davis Jr. as amateurs? They weren't too bad. No,
they're great.
How about De La Hoya? I mean, God, we can go down. We can go down the line. We're just saying the ones that really stood out, though. I mean, Mark Breland, you really can't argue.
De La Hoya had a 227-5 record as an amateur. I mean, come on.
Yep.
He's up there too. But Mark Breland was 101.
Yep. Corling says, Khan seems to move at one speed to me, very fast. I don't think he has that good of timing. Corling, but nobody stopped him from doing it. I mean, besides the knockout, I mean, nobody was ever controlling a fight or winning a fight or outboxing him. I mean, they hit him with a punch. It wasn't like they beat him up for 2 rounds and stopped him. He got caught with one punch.
Kelly, this is a question for you, actually. This is by Brian Pappas. Do you see it?
Mm-mm. No.
It's for you. I'll just read it. Being around the gym and fighters for a long time, you have seen different generations train, probably every generation from Generation X, Generation Y, millennials now, and whatnot. Do you know there's a difference, work ethic, gym culture now in the gym? I can tell you the atmosphere and work ethic and culture of boxers in a serious gym like Gleason's.
Save your voice?
What?
I'll save your voice.
Okay, thank you.
Gym like Gleason's in Brooklyn in 1996. When I started going there, and that gym now is vastly different. I see boxers doing things now like screaming when they hit bags and shadow box with every punch. Walking through people jumping rope, singing out loud with their headphones on, that if you did that in the 1990s, you'd get clowned and laughed out of the gym. Okay. Good comment, Brian. Here's my take on it. If you got a loaded gym and you are an average fighter or an amateur fighter, you have no right to do that. You don't. And you need to go to the gym, put your time in, and earn your respect. If your gym is closed off and secluded to you and 2 other people, which most camps for a world champion fight should be, if you want to go around whatever makes you tick and that's going to get the best out of you in training camp, I believe that you can do. So it depends on the situation. If you're in camp for a world title fight and it's you and your sparring partners training, who gives a shit? If you're a young buck coming up and you think that your shit don't stink, then that's horrible.
Yep, good answer. Brian Vera's watching. Brian Vera.
What's up, Brian?
Brian, fucking world champ, man.
Mike Cameron goes, what do you think about Joe Smith versus B-Ball? Oh.
B-Ball's going to eat that guy's ass up, man.
Thank you.
But
we got YouTube, Meha Gerardo. Mr. Pavlik, my son and I met you at Tengoose the night of Broner's Media Day. I remember. I just wanted to thank you for taking the time to talk to me and my son. Also, thank you for autographing his boxing glove. Hey, no problem. And I wish the best to you guys, and I hope your boy sticks to it like what we talked about and works hard, which I think he will. You got a great kid there. So thank you again. I appreciate it.
Damon says, how about watching the Japanese fighters? How'd that go? Are the Japanese style different? You know what I'll say about Japanese? They're disciplined.
Yeah, they are.
You didn't hear Rudy was working their ass into the ground, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't bitch. They didn't complain. He worked not once. He wouldn't even show that he was tired. So, yeah, the Japanese are just a different mindset.
Yeah, they are. Crawford has to be a heavy favorite to beat Khan.
He probably will be.
We'll see. I haven't even looked at that.
Yeah, I don't think they'll even.
I don't even think he'll be up yet.
No, Usyk as a heavyweight. I think Usyk's gonna change the whole heavyweight division when he goes up. He's big. He's strong. He's fast. He can do things that most heavyweights can't do.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. It's gonna be hard to beat him. And it's not like he's going from light heavyweight to heavyweight either.
Yeah,
he's been fighting guys around the 200, probably over 200 pounds a night of the fight.
Darren Shabat says, did you see Caleb Plant's fight? I've been very impressed by him and picked him to win against.
Well, we might as well hop into that one.
We're going to go ahead and hop into Caleb Plant.
It's inevitable.
Go ahead, Kelly.
Here's what I think. I like Caleb Plant, and the story before, I know you shouldn't get sold on one story, but it was touching, and he seems like a cool guy. I like Caleb Plant. But going to the fighting part, he has the skills, he can fight, but getting tired like that shows me that he was fighting for his life in the first half of the fight and it faded quick. He wasn't so much that he got a little tired. He was pretty much out on his feet the last 2 rounds. Listen, you got guys like Bivol coming to 168. you got Benavidez. You got some tough ass dudes that punch like that for 12 rounds. I don't know. I'm glad he got his title, but I personally feel that he's got a short reign. I hope I'm not being mean. Again, I like him, and I hope he proves me wrong. Week. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, Caleb Plant's going to be on the show next week, guys, so we'll get to ask him what he was thinking. But you know what? This is what the show does, man. We tell the truth, right?
We do.
I personally, I like Caleb Plant. I think he has skills. I don't know. Something was off in his fight. I think maybe he took Usaka kind of light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think...
maybe that's fixable, that, getting tired like
the conditioning. That. Maybe he, I don't know what happened, but I knew he was tired, and I know he was relying on sharpshooting this swarming, heavy volume puncher. Yep. And the guy could crack.
That was another. That's what I'm saying. Maybe fighting the scared, whatnot. But yeah, I got to fix that.
And a lot of these fighters nowadays, they always want to fight somebody else. Fight like you. That's hard enough. You know what I mean? You got what's his name? Kelly. That one Kelly kid from England thinks he fights like Roy Jones.
He reminds me of another Billy Joe Saunders.
He fights like Roy Jones, and he wants to hey, be Kelly. It's hard enough being him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did, John. But nice counters.
King made a
comment. There's nothing wrong with his boxing ability.
No, he's great.
Or his speed.
No, his conditioning.
No, that's what I'm not knocking. It's the conditioning. You got, like I said, you got guys that are 6'3", 175 pounds a night of the fight, and throw 90-some punches around for 12 rounds. That's going to be an issue.
And that can crack. King Williams, what do you think about Devin Haney? I watched a video of his years ago. Shakur Stevenson schooling him and sparring, but Haney looks much better. I like Devin Haney. I think he's only getting better and better. What do you think, Kelly?
I think he's tough.
I like Devin Haney. I wish he'd punch a little harder, but Devin Haney's good, man. Also good luck to Punchline's past guest, TJ Dillashaw, fighting on ESPN debuts UFC card.
Oh, yeah.
TJ. Go, TJ.
I'm not getting no more.
He dropped Uzcatai twice, but he didn't close the show.
Mark Colseer, Kelly, is it true you're thinking about whipping some ass again? Thinking about it. Yep.
Thinking about it.
In the gym, got a good one in today.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
You were training today?
Yeah.
How many rounds?
Started getting this weight down.
How many rounds?
We did 4.
Okay. You don't pull my weight off. Having the flu.
I know. Well, don't worry. I'm going to have it here in a second.
No, I don't think I'm.
Julian Slowwater Banks. Mr. Pavlik, in 2008, I was 14 years old, and me and my dad were invited to your gym. You were so nice and humble. You signed a boxing glove for me. I still have it, champ. That's awesome, man. Again, thank you.
Matt Altamare says, thoughts on Wilder Fury Joshua talks. Could go any way, but it seems like a lot of shine from Mount Camp or another. I really don't know whose fault it is. But I don't think that either one of them really want to fight each other for some reason or another.
Yeah, I just got AJ versus Fury.
Yeah, I don't see that happening right now. There's so many other fighters out there, and they better all hope they stay away from Usyk.
Mm-hmm. I personally think the AJ versus Fury. I got Fury in that fight. I just think he's too big. He's too awkward. I don't think Joshua is that good.
Former WBC champion Paul Banky's watching.
Streets.
Awesome. Glad to see you here, Paul.
Catch a bantamweight fight on the undercard of Plant.
Yes. King
Williams goes, Mr. Pavlik, does being called Mr. Pavlik make you feel old? That's a hell of a question. I don't even know how to answer that.
You just ruined our night.
Yeah. Hey, King, you know what? You're a true guy on here, man. You can call me anything you want.
Hey, Lily, hola. We just did a shout out for you earlier, Lily. John says, what do you think about Haney? He couldn't get the knockout once again. He seemed like he's pressing forward. And that comes with experience, John. A lot of times these more inexperienced younger guys will try to push for a knockout. If it's there, it's there. Yeah. It'll come. If it's going to come, it's going to come eventually. What do you think, Kelly?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't force it. You shouldn't go in looking for it. Listen, I'm not just saying this, and I'm not I'm not bragging by no means. I had a hell of a high knockout ratio, and I believe after my first test that where I went and I started getting a little tired, and the guy wasn't going nowhere, and I was hitting him with everything. I kind of like trained to go the distance in every fight after that.
Yeah.
You know, and I went into a fight not looking for the knockout, just knowing it's going to be there.
Lily says, I missed it. Well, rewind the show. You can watch it. So we don't have any other questions that we need to answer here, huh?
Yeah, everybody's dozing off tonight.
Yeah, they are. But it's good. Let's go back to the Rogan show now.
Okay. No, we can.
So, did any of the questions he did it make you uncomfortable? Anything that he asked?
No.
No? What was the hardest thing you think talking about? A comeback?
The losses, the Hopkins, because you know you're on a big stage like that.
You don't want to talk about that shit.
Yeah, you're in a, you know, and I don't want. Again, I get hell for everything, dude. I mean, so you don't want to bring up or make it seem like you have too many excuses or anything like that. So you got to. But I was brutally honest with him. Hey, fuck it, that's what I'm there for.
Yeah.
But so overall, no. I mean, I thought it was a great interview. Joe's an awesome guy. He is.
Steven says, I hear you are thinking of competitioning at cruiserweight. Why not fight light heavy? I don't think you can make light heavy.
Because that's another shitload of weight to lose.
That's 60 pounds, isn't it?
Yeah.
65 pounds? Do you know anyone who was on the Garcia Spence undercard? Tony, I don't know yet. They haven't released all that yet.
No, you're not going to know.
I won't know yet, but I'm sure when we figure out, we'll let you know. But we're going to be there. That's for sure. But you know what's funny though? You like even on the comment section, you had people. They're Kelly's making an excuse. No, he's not making a fucking excuse. He told you. You blatantly said even if you were 100%, you didn't know if you could beat him.
Yeah.
What more can you fucking do?
The big thing on that is again that it was well documented from
Thomas Hauser,
and everybody that knows boxing,
president of the BWAA.
Yeah, should know Thomas Hauser. And again, he don't lie. He's not biased. He puts down what he sees and.
He was in the locker room when they took your temperature, right?
Yeah.
And you were 101.
And when my dad had to show them the prescription.
Yep. Spitting green shit in the toilet.
Yep. The conversation never got dull. Normally 2-hour show was 2.5.
Have you guys seen any of Mike's training yet for Spence? John, we were in California and Mike invited us up to San Jose. We just didn't have time. But we did go to Roberts and we did watch Jose Ramirez and Virgil Ortiz train. Mm-hmm. And a few other guys.
I've seen some clips on Mikey, you know, the strength conditioning with his guy.
With Snack, yeah.
I mean, he looks strong. We'll see how that goes, though.
Yeah, I mean, no, but we were invited. We were supposed to go with Ellie, and we didn't go because we weren't going to, we were up for like, what, 20 hours a day?
Yeah.
At least.
Oh, man, it was horrible. It was, but great. So when I say horrible, it's just it wore you down. But yeah, but the most part of it was very productive, and it was really good.
You got a YouTube question? Yeah. I do. You got one? Go ahead.
Or do you got one too?
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
All right, Francesca Tripoli. Why didn't you tell about some of the shenanigans you got into? Well, that's very simple because what you called it shenanigans is exactly what it was, and. To people outside of Youngstown, it's a joke. So there was no need to rehash that. And actually, I did talk a little bit about the BB gun incident. So I tapped into that, you know. But I didn't want to be that guy that goes, "Why don't you look at 90% of the fucking people out there that does worse on a regular basis, but they're not in the limelight." And
I'm going to interject something here.
Yes.
You know the problem with this fucking town, and towns just like it.
Well, I don't know if that question is coming from this town.
No, I'm not saying that. Towns just like it. People think as athletes you fucking owe them something. Mm-hmm. You don't owe them a fucking thing. Nobody. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You owe us an explanation. You owe us this money to help out. You owe us charity. You owe us this. You don't owe them shit. You don't owe nobody shit.
If they were running and getting punched with me and starving and cutting weight.
Fuck. If they were even holding a mitt for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the thing was this. Everybody wants to talk shit. I seen the comments. Everybody wants to talk shit. Fucking Kelly's this, Kelly's that.
You know where most of it came from, too.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Kelly does drugs. He's never done a fucking drug in his life.
I am literally the most interesting man in the world.
Right? And then wait a minute. And then wait a minute.
Jessica said she wants to hear some more wild shit.
But then but the same people, right? The same people that talk that shit, they will smile at you. They'll ask for an autograph. They want a picture taken, and they you know what I mean? I'm like, fuck this shit, man.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, like people, they run out of shit to
talk about.
Yeah, they make up. I mean, you got to hear some of the shit. I jumped off a 5-story building in the middle of the night, geeked up, and landed on one foot and shot somebody, and then got away with it.
Matt Altamare says, not sure if you ever answered this, but in the past, what were your thoughts on McGregor going into boxing, lasting long as he did with Mayweather? To be honest, Matt, I thought he was going to last about as long as it did. I think that Floyd may have carried him a little bit, because he knew Conor was a lot bigger man, a lot stronger. I think he was going to and he knew Conor had conditioning problems, and I think Mayweather kind of wore him down and let him work himself out, and then knocked him out.
I don't think there was a bit of worry or concern in Mayweather at all for that fight.
No. Dennis Rice says, Mikey Garcia looks big. Absolutely does. That was part of the plan. He's fighting at 47. He fights at 35. They move him to 47. They bring him up to 68 or 70, and they cut him back to 47. That's exactly what Victor Conte and them are doing. They want to build muscle and bulk, and they want to lean them all down. Exactly. And now he's 147 solid instead of just 147 of bulk.
Which is it? Can it help? We don't know yet.
We don't know.
We can't. You know what I mean?
Would it be the best idea for me? No. I think maybe some ab work and more conditioning would be good, but I think what got Mikey there at the beginning is what works the best. But who the fuck am I? You know what I mean? Mikey knows what's best for Mikey.
I mean, if you got anybody working with him right now, he's probably got the best guy that's going to be able to get you ready for that weight changer and somebody that size. So, Robert, what do you think about starting a KO drugs competition in Florida? I think the cause is great, but I just sometimes get a little irritated with the process of it. You know what KO drugs are. Yeah. Like high school guys going to fight. But if it works, and if it brings attention to it, I think it's a great idea. It's for a great cause.
Sergio, yes, we will be in Dallas for Mikey Spence.
Did she ever comment back on that? What was it?
Alicia says, hola, amigos. Hello, Alicia.
Yeah, that's cool.
Roger Romo says Youngstown, and he has a thumb down and shit.
Hey, listen, that's what I'm going to say about Youngstown, though.
Youngstown's a good town, man.
Here's the thing about Youngstown. You guys, some of the most miserable people on earth. You do. If I really got into it and really wanted to tell you about the shit, half the people that have stories of seeing me doing this and doing that are still at the same place doing the same shit when they shouldn't be. They're drinking their weekly paycheck away.
They're doing the same shit they accuse you of.
Yes, and taking money away from their kids' vacation or anything else. That's 100% true. On the flip side of it, the fans that you get in Youngstown and the support once they back you, you will never get anywhere else. And they are the most loyalist fans that you are going to get. Yeah. And that's 100% fact. And I wouldn't trade it in for anything in the world. And you still have a lot of great people that work their asses off and don't care about the little petty shit. Yeah. So it's like really good and really bad, and it's really how it is.
John Fruzzi says Spence has been doing a lot of talking about Mikey. He did an interview at a fight the other night. Sounds like he's taking Mikey too lightly. Well, John, that's part of the inexperience we talked about earlier with Spence. He's a young guy, and he's already looking past Mikey to a fight with Crawford. I mean, that's part of what Mikey sees, I believe. He sees the inexperience in Spence.
Yep.
And that's only working to help Mike.
Sean, thank you, man. I appreciate it, but it's not a comeback yet.
Francesca Tripaldi, what do you guys think of Khan saying Kell Brook is gay and saying the guy who stabbed him did what he did because he made it in advance? I don't even know. But they're just words. And if Amir Khan and if Kell Brook's gay, so what? You know? I don't know. There's a lot. You'd be surprised in the sport how many gay fighters there are.
That was not me.
Not me either.
Julian, Mr. Pavlik, if you come back and Carl Froch comes back and meets you at cruiserweight, Would you take him, or how do you believe that fight will go? Honestly, look, it's hard to use measuring sticks. I know everybody's gonna be like, "Yeah, you beat Taylor, but Hopkins beat you." I still take the Taylor fight against Froch, and what Taylor was doing to Froch, and people will disagree, but I had Taylor way ahead in that fight, and I think Taylor could have took one more knee in that last round and still escaped with a victory. I think Froch was right there for me. I mean, Froch did have an unbelievable chin, and he had really good power, but I just think that would have been a fight that I would have outlasted him in. It would have been a hell of a fight, too, don't get me wrong. I mean, Froch was in good shape. Froch had a hell of a chin, and Froch could hit.
Could he hit like that? Could he?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody packs like you do.
That's just a punch. Oh.
Oh, I got another one. Dennis Rice. To hell with the haters, Ghost. I'm from Pittsburgh, and watching you is like watching a hometown guy. I appreciate it, Dennis. Even though I'm a Browns fan, I appreciate it, homie. I really do.
Wes said, I mentioned it once. Unsure if it's a long shot, comic, or just right stupid for me to ask, but what do you think of a possible comeback fight after a tune-up? Take on Antonio Tarver. I believe he's kind of in the same boat and would draw interest. He's not in the same boat because he's pissed hot 6 times. That does nothing for you. That kind of fight would do nothing for you. Personally, me, I know I haven't talked to Kelly about it, but who I would like to see him fight if he ever made a comeback would be Andre Ward. That's why I'd like to see. And maybe Tony Bellew. Tony.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, I don't know.
What fight do you think happens first? Spence versus Crawford or Spence versus Thurman? I'm going to say Spence versus Crawford. Thurman's talk, but he won't come through towards the end.
I think that's going to be a fight that the people demand. Yeah. That people are going to want to see is Crawford and Spence.
Well, Spence has to get through this fight first coming up in March.
Exactly. I mean,
that's not even a fight. We don't even need to be talking about this shit. Because for all we know, Mike could come in and whitewash that fucker. Mikey just come in and whitewash this kid. You don't have to worry about Spence anymore. Then it's a Mikey and Thurman fight, or it's a Mikey and Crawford fight.
ZX, did Kelly use elastic recoil to score knockouts? If not, how would you describe how to land that one-punch KO? Leverage, torque, speed.
Snap at the end.
Snap at the end. That's really where it comes from. It comes from the torque and the leverage on a punch. You can work on it. It's probably easier with a new kid that's just starting boxing to get him in that mold. But again, it all comes down, man. It's like timing, split-second moves that you make, split-second torque, a lot of that foot placement.
Robert Davis said this is an awesome show. Thank you so much, Robert. I appreciate it. He has a question for you, Kelly.
Absolutely.
Because you'll answer, and I'll just say something mean. What's your thoughts on Ray Boom Boom Mancini, the pride of Youngstown? What he means to the boxing community?
Kelly, do boom boom. Do boom boom.
Shut up.
Do it. Come on, do it. Do it.
Hey, listen.
Do it.
Listen.
He loves you.
Ray did what he was supposed to do. He was given so much, and he used everything that he had to become the fight. You know, you can't knock the guy for that. He really did.
Don't make me put a shout out to all the media. I'm just gonna be like, tell Kelly to do boom boom.
It said, Sergio said Spence was talking crap.
Appeal gallery.
Spence was talking crap at the podium against Bud too. Maybe when he feels threatened, Garcia, Bud, Spence talk shit. I just don't think Spence is very what's the word I'm looking for? Savvy with the business of boxing yet. Spence tries to play cool, calm, but he's very emotional right now. He's young.
Yeah, I don't think he knows what route he wants to go.
Dennis said, Mikey has great footwork, but does he carry his power up in weight? I have no idea, Dennis.
We don't know.
I've seen him spar bigger guys, but sparring and fighting are two different worlds.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say, hey, just because he broke my Donna's ribs and dropped my Donna, don't mean that he's going to do this to this guy. It's just a different world.
Oh, we got... All right. Sorry, guys. Bouncing from YouTube to Facebook. Ricky Pellick. Did you see Rigondeaux's comeback fight?
We did.
Forever long at last.
He was supposed to. The guy was like fucking, what was he?
Yeah.
6-8 or 8-6 or something like that.
He was out what? A year and 2 months?
Yeah.
I mean, why would you take a fight? That's not that bad.
Compared to when he normally takes off, he normally takes 2 to 3 years off. He's
that's
fighting.
What I'm saying.
He's
why
pretty
would
steady.
Fight somebody. You didn't get beat up that bad. You got embarrassed, not beat up.
Yeah. Pavlik versus Fonfara might be good. Yeah, we saw Fonfara this weekend, didn't we, at the gym? Fonfara looked good himself.
Yeah.
Roger says Kelly Pavlik versus Kovalev. Who are you picking? Roger. But who are you going to pick? Who are you going to hold? Who are you going to train? Roger? You train Kelly or Kovalev? Worked with both. You've worked with both.
Yeah, holler at me about that. YouTube question. Jake Miller. Kelly, if you were to fight again, would you take your time to cut weight or initially drop weight as fast as possible and slow down the cut as you get close to comp weight? No, actually, what I would do is slowly just start losing the weight. Doing what I'm doing now, seeing where it goes with just regular cardio and training. And then I don't think you're not going to see me at super middleweight. But I don't see me getting to that weight. I've been heavy too long now. I'm 36 years old. I think 190 is going to be a great weight.
200
200 is going to be a great weight to fight at, and and if that comes down easy, then maybe we'll shoot for a light heavyweight. But
did you get those cookies today at Subway?
No, I didn't.
Oh God, give them up top for them. No cookies.
Put them back. I didn't get them.
I called Kelly about the show. I said, "What are you doing, Kelly?" He said, "I'm at Subway," and then Kelly said, "Yeah, let me get a couple of those cookies." I said, "Kelly, don't do it."
They were looking good, dude.
I said,
Good.
I said, "Don't do it."
I did screw up though. I should have just got the cookies because I got the pop. I got the pound pop.
Oh, they don't wrong with that.
I'm already down 10 pounds.
Robert Davis, why don't you fight Mayweather? Fuck the haters. Get that money. That's a big size difference. Yeah.
Francesca says, you seemed a little cryptic when saying how Hopkins wasn't as slick as you thought he would be. I had never said that. I said that I just wasn't myself that night, and he would do things, and I knew what he was doing them. I just couldn't pull the trigger or turn around. And everybody leave that one alone. Do you think
that you had timing issues because you were sick? Do you think your timing might be off?
Yes, lethargic. So with that being said, though, Francesca, no, he moved. He was good. He made the right steps at the right time. That falls into being slick. He has some prison tactics that helped also. And Hopkins does it with everybody. He uses the prison tactics and the slick. So.
Hey, Scott, what's up? Damon says, Pavlik versus Ellerby. Fuck it. You know what? Let me say something about Ellerby. Ellerby comes off rough. You know what I mean? He comes off. But Ellerby's one of the nicest guys to Kelly and me.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't know me from shit, but every time he sees me, he treats me like he's known me for a long time.
Yeah.
And how many times has he told the same story? Every time he sees you. About 3 times, right?
This is a great story, though.
It's a great fucking story. But no, I like Ellerby.
Yeah. No, he's a good guy.
Speaking of Kovalev, you think he's done? Does Alvarez finish him off in the rematch?
It's hard to say that when you get a guy like Kovalev.
Yeah, but Kovalev has always had a weak mind. He's always been that way.
Oh yeah, it's hard. You never know. Oh, me? Oh, Dan Siegel's watching. What's up, Dan? Dennis Rice again. Thoughts on Thurman's comeback? Can he hang with Bud and Spence?
I'm sure he can hang with them.
I think he can hang with him. Not right now. I think he needs 1 or 2. I think he needs 1 get back in there. I think he needs the second fight to be a fairly good test, and then we can start talking again about Spence and Crawford.
Let's not even talk about the fact that he's fighting Josecito Lopez, who's known to beat people that are favored against him. Mm-hmm. Josecito can punch. So that's what I'm saying. Thurman has Josecito Lopez worries.
Yeah, and his timing. He's going to probably be off.
Also, we got another one coming up. Abner Mares and Abner Mares and
Gary
Rock. No, not Rock. Gary Russell. No, not Russell. No.
What the fuck is it?
The 130 guy.
Javante
Davis.
Yes. We
got that one coming up.
Yeah.
We got Broner next weekend. We're still jet lagged.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about? What do you think, Gary Russell and Abner Mares? I got Gary Russell, man.
No, Gary Russell's not fighting.
Not Gary Russell.
Javante Davis.
We
are still dragging ass.
Yeah.
I got Javante.
Javante's bigger. I love Abner. He's a buddy. He's a homie.
Yeah.
But I just think that maybe
And
Abner's
Coach Garcia got him, but
He's
Coach, it's out of your hands too, I believe.
He's fighting out of a weight class he shouldn't be in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of, what was that question? There was a, James Damon Martinez says, what do you think of Conch saying it if Spence and no, that shit really does hurt.
What did it say?
What do you think of Conch saying if Spence has Gyno hitting him in the nipples, it's a plan? They were saying that if you hit somebody in the nipples, it hurts when they box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it fucking hurts.
It'll make them hard.
It does hurt though. You ever go on long runs and it rubs on your shirt? They rub and they hurt. But I mean, I think they're just looking for every little thing. I don't think he's going to be focused on hitting Mikey in the nipples. I mean, he's going to have bigger trouble than that, you know? Yes, Mike is fighting different anyway.
If the nipple gets too hard, can I become a cut factor?
If it's a woman, yes.
You keep pounding that nipple.
Tank versus Mars won't go to the judges. No, I don't think so either. I love Abner Mars, but again, with this show, we got to keep it real, man. You know what I mean? I love Abner, love everything about him, but I think Tank might be one of the hardest punchers at 130. If the hardest puncher at 130.
And he's slick, fast.
The only thing I see over him is the experience from Abner Mars, but that might not be enough.
Mm-mm. Hey, you know what though? That's a good point you bring up too, though. Someday you can't throw out the window though.
What's that?
This experience and the roughing them up. I mean, if he can't hurt him or hit him with something to keep Abner off of him, it might be a lot closer fight than what we're thinking too. Sure. Just saying. I mean, I'm not betting that. I'm just saying.
It's possible. Yes, exactly. Didn't know there was a bigger anyway. Yes. Dylan Wells Warner, is Kelly ever going to box again?
Guys, let me get a couple weeks into working out a little bit. I strictly said that I'm considering it.
Steve Nolan says Conor McGregor versus Paulie Malignaggi. I would take Paulie in a boxing match.
Oh yeah,
Paulie is fucking good, man.
I heard Paulie, on those tapes that they showed Conor beating him up. I mean, I heard for the most part Paulie was outboxing him.
Yeah, they showed that one.
They showed what they want to show.
How have we talked about Caleb Plant? What do you guys think Sweet Hands needs to do to improve his next defense? We already talked about it.
Did I get a do-over?
What?
Did I get a do-over?
Yeah. Have we talked about Caleb? Yeah, I think what he needs to do is conditioning.
Yeah.
That's it. Conditioning, maybe more punch volume. That's it.
Because, again, going up against guys like Benavidez that throw 90 punches around for 12 rounds.
And hard punches.
Hard punches.
And then you got a guy like Bivol through 73, but every one of them are meant to kill you.
Oh, you better believe that Bivol at 68 is going to be throwing 83 that are meant to kill you.
And he's still carrying that power with him from 175 down. He ain't losing power.
Yep.
Where would you train Kelly if you made a comeback, Jordan?
Oh, I do not know. Good question.
There's a few choices out there, right?
Yeah, I've talked with Ricky Funes and Goosen. I've talked with Robert Garcia, Jack Lowe.
Rudy Hernandez?
Well, Rudy talked, but Rudy, you don't really want to do it. I don't blame him. Yeah, Robert Garcia, so.
You got so many choices, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And about me too, right? Did you bring me up? No? You forgot about me?
You're a cut man, quarter man.
I'm quarter man. A highly paid corner man too.
Mm-hmm. Esteban,
I'm gonna get some fruit.
You want some fruit? What kind of fruit you want? You said get some fruit.
Love Brian Zordish.
Hey.
If Mikey beats Spence, does he move back down and maybe see what money fights are at 147?
Francesca Tribaldi, I love this podcast. I remember 10 years ago when Ellie started his podcast. It was so nice to chill and watch. Thank you, Francesca. We've been working hard for about 2 years, and I know it's not Ellie's podcast or Rogan's, but we're trying.
Your questions are kind of hard too, but they're good.
You have questions you're putting Kelly on the spot.
I like it.
Just don't put me on the spot.
I don't know what Mikey does, Esteban. That's up to him.
I haven't been fat the whole episode. You know that?
That's great.
I haven't been fat the whole episode, Justin. We haven't had one troll say I'm a fat motherfucker this one episode.
No, there's been a handful of them.
Today? I missed it.
Oh, no.
Looked at it like this, you motherfucker.
No, I'm saying that there's been a handful of episodes where nobody said that for a while.
Yeah.
Who do you think wins the 140 tournament? Oh, this is what it's like. Yeah, Josh Kelly versus.
Dude, Brady, the kid from New Orleans, man. Prog.
I can see Josh Kelly going into the finals against him.
Yeah, but I think Prograis is the man at
It's
140.
going to be the test to see how good Kelly is.
Yeah.
Need someone to hold a water bottle or towel.
What?
We can do that, Jeff. You got to fight with James for that.
I ain't
Dan
fucking
Siegel.
holding a towel.
Can I hold a spit bucket? Dan, I tell you what, you get me to be able to bend motherfuckers like a pretzel. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I let Dan come in?
Dan can.
Okay. Ooh, Damon asked a good one. Too.
Dennis says, you guys need to do a fight companion podcast. I tune in every fight. You know what? We're trying to learn how to do that. Remember the fight companion that Joe was telling us about, Joe Rogan?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do that. No. The fight companion's different. Joe was telling us about that. He does it. It's not anything like that. It's a program. We pay for it, and we can do it. Like we can sit and talk about the fights.
You can sit and talk about the winners on the broadcast.
No, you can actually watch it with us. Like, look it up online, Fight Companion. I know Joe Rogan does it. He said he pays for it, but
Yeah. 24 million subscribers. He could.
That's gotta be fucking.
He could probably just take those. He could probably take the fines from Golden Boy and HBO and Showtime and use that as a tax write-off.
Steve said, did you beat Bobby Sanchez up when he came out here? No, I didn't. I didn't beat him up when he came out. We did some mitts together. He worked hard. I put him through some weights and we went through some mitt work and technique work, but no, we didn't beat him up.
Okay, real quick. Did you say I got a YouTube question, Justin?
Yeah, there's one. It was about on the change.
All right, I'm going to go hit that one. But let me answer. Damon's got a good one.
Okay.
Kelly Palick, you said the outcome of fights is keeping fans away. How does this affect Triple G versus Canelo 3? I think now that they're going to have to. This is the third fight. I think they're going to get this one as close as any of them's been. Okay, let's break it down. First fight, whoever won that, it was biased, and it was picked probably to set up a rematch, right? Usually how a lot of fights do happen. I mean, you could call it like if it's a really good fight and it's kind of close, you could, and the money generated a lot of money, you could damn well guarantee there's probably going to be a rematch or they're going to have it a draw. The second fight, very close fight, amazing outcome in numbers. Well, why not make a rubber match? I think this one is the third fight, and I think that you're going to have a better decision, a more accurate decision. But it is eventually hurting boxing. People are tired of it. People bet fights. People like watching. They got a favorite fighter. They see a fight that was a good matchup, but a guy clearly won it. And the score, not only are they picking and getting it wrong, but the scores are absolutely out of this world. You know what I mean? It is hurting. It's damaging. Boxing's doing so good right now. I mean, the numbers are crazy. But you could really bring the sport back down by if you keep having fights like that happening. I'm sorry.
Not to mention, I think the physical attrition on both fighters.
Yeah.
On how much is it going to take out of Canelo and Triple G to fight this again? You can't sit here and tell me that did not take anything out of these two fights.
How much did the first two fights?
These 24 rounds did not take anything out of these two fighters. What is 36 good rounds? And what's going to be left of these guys?
And I've been saying that for how long now? That's what I told people over and over. I do not want to see. I said it on the Rogan show. Yeah. I do not want to see a third fight because, I mean, we don't even know what these two fights, how much it really took out of Canelo. Canelo winning against a guy that was
there to be beat.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at the same time, I think these guys' health and safety is more important than a fight check or what we as fans and media want to see. I think maybe it wouldn't hurt for maybe Triple G to fight somebody kind of like Canelo did to see where he's at physically. Exactly. We don't know where he's at yet. We have no idea what came out of Triple G after that fight.
Exactly. And, well, his age, too.
Rudy Hernandez is watching. Rudy, we gave you a shout-out.
What's up, Rude? Andrew Maraskuku. Sorry, bro, I can't pronounce your last name, but Andrew says, Adrian Broner looks sharp. I think he's going to be a different fighter. I think he will win. You know what, Andrew? That's a hell of a possibility.
That's what I say,
too.
You
may be right. It's just one of them fights. It depends on who shows up that night.
There's a good question here for you from Kevin. Can you guys talk about what the judges are advised by the commission upon prior to fights? Can you talk about what they tell the judges, the commission tells them?
Tells the judges?
What the commission tells the judges what their judges are advised on by the commissions.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I've never been at a judge and commission meeting.
I was asking Kelly because I don't know what they say.
I don't think anybody has ever had the luxury of that.
But there are people on here that can help you with that. Like Gina Davis can help you with it.
Yeah.
Stacy can help you.
I don't think much sticks
Delilah?
to it. I don't think anything sticks to what's being said to them.
Delilah Rico, maybe even Rudy Hernandez can help you with that question. They all know what the ins and outs of the commission stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, what can they tell the judges?
No, but since Delilah's a judge, she knows. And Stacy's a judge, right?
Yeah.
Guys, I read today that Triple G Canal 3 is hitting some early roadblocks. Golden Boy said that Triple G's camp is requesting out of this world demands. Triple G is talking to Billy Joe Saunders. Yeah, Esteban, I think that's what they might be doing, is using Canelo as something, as leverage to fight somebody else. There is no way I'd want that fight again if I was Triple G. It's like Pacquiao Marquez. I think their styles are going to make up an argument other way, no matter who wins. When it comes to Canelo Triple G, it also holds up the division and the opportunity for the contenders waiting in the line that could become the future stars.
Gigi nods the fight. I wonder who will Canelo fight.
Oh, I already had my pick. Zerto might be a good one. Or if not Zerto, the other kid.
At 68?
Yeah, Zerto, 68.
Why wouldn't he move back to 60 and fight
Why
Danny Jacobs?
not? He's already at 68 now.
I think that's way out of his
I
range.
know, but that's Benavidez or Zerto.
I think he went up. He won the title. He won a world title in another weight class.
Yeah.
Man, go back down. Go back down to 160.
Kevin said he responded. Thanks. Cool. David said, Kelly, Pavlik, how serious is Dancing with the Stars? Will you bring the punchline team in to help you get ready for it?
Who the fuck am I going to bring on the punchline team to help me with that?
I can't dance, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Justin can't.
Maybe Alicia. She's done some We could bring Alicia in. She's done some naughty dancing.
Hey, listen,
clubs.
that is taught. I mean, my guy, my manager, Mark LaMichael, who works with many talents out there, big acts like comedians.
Our manager.
Um,
I'm joking.
well, but you know, and had managed Michael Jackson,
Prince.
Madonna, Prince, you name it.
That's bad luck.
He's been in the top.
This is a good one, dude. The problem is that the judges get treated by the promoters and sanctioning bodies at dinners, rooms. If they want to keep that good life, they lean towards the house fight. Or Mills Lane was in depth book about this. It's true. They even get hookers.
Yep.
And they get hookers sent to their room.
Yes, Mike, I'm enjoying the chew, buddy. Yeah, you do.
Gail Lynn Falkenthal said, "Serious, you can't do worse than Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd, or Victor Ortiz did."
Replying to Damon.
Yeah. How was the chew? Bobby says, I got a watch party on another device going. Lots of activity on it. Wish there was a way for you guys to get on the questions. Oh, he has a watch party on another device. How Kelly Pavlik is Dance with Stars. Are you going to do it though? If they offer to you, you think?
Yeah, hell yeah.
They put you with a hot dancer.
I don't care. People will be joking and making cracks and everything.
Hey,
You'd be graceful.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna do it no matter. I don't care what anybody says.
My mom said she thought you'd be graceful.
I would be graceful.
I think, you know what though?
She's like, I know.
Dude, they give you $100,000 a week. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Even if you lose, you just pocket $100,000. And you know what?
Johnny Fortuna straight up said,
Dude, I know.
I think Kelly Pavlik has some moves.
I do got moves. I mean,
Yeah. I know Alicia would help you because she did some of that naughty dancing in her days. You know what I mean? Nasty dancing.
I'll go break it down. Break it down. All right. Andrew goes, Kelly, do you have a boxing gym? Andrew, I will be having one by the end of the summer. We actually do boxing now. I got a really nice fitness gym with a mix of bodybuilding, powerlifting, CrossFit, you name it, just regular exercising. We do boxer fit, spinning classes, yoga, all kinds of things.
Damon says, James Dominguez, being back in Cali, did you get the itch to train again? What keeps you back these days? Absolutely not. Not one time did I ever think about training. I hit the bag a few times, and I remembered why I don't want to do it ever again. Remember that, Kelly?
I can understand that.
Remember I hit the bag and went, oh, shit, oh, shit. My hand popped. I'm just too old, but I like weightlifting. I like running, and that's my thing now. And I like eating right. So, yeah, Damon. But, you know, I think when I was done, I was done.
All right, guys, we got 2 minutes left on the show. We're going to try to get everything in as we can.
Darren has a question for you, Kelly.
Well, I got Kevin Carter.
Okay, go ahead.
Kelly, YouTube from Kevin Carter. Kelly, as a fan of yours, I hope you come back The cruiserweight division is great now, and you have the best 1-2 since George Foreman. Thanks for all your fights. Kevin, I truly appreciate that, man. And thanks for the support. And thanks for tuning in.
Avery Darnell says, I think Andrade will get Billy Joe. We're going to get that Canelo fight. I hope so, too. I wouldn't mind seeing it. Damon says, for me to train fighters again. I would train fighters. Darren Chabat says, Bivol signed with DAZN. Do you think he's going to have a rough time fighting good competition over there?
Joel goes, Triple G deserves the rematch, and they will follow the money.
Yep.
Yeah, but the rematch is not really worth it. I mean, Canelo don't care about following the money. He's already got his contract and set for with the zone.
Yep. And
so
the thing with Bivol too, with the zone, he's going to make a big chunk of money up front anyway, so he don't care. Your thoughts on Munguia Inoue? I don't know yet. I know the younger Inoue. I don't know the bigger Inoue. But I know Munguia, and I don't think Munguia is all it's cracked up to be. I see a lot of holes in him, and he's not, to me, he's not that good.
Did he get shot?
Excellent episode. Most viewers at once. Time, fellas. Hey, and you know what? It's been a good show today, guys. Hey, Kelly, who's winning Fury Wilder 2?
Oh, man, it's tough now. If Wilder works on some of the things that he didn't do in the first one, Wilder can knock him out, but I'm still going to lean with Fury.
I'm taking Fury. Kevin, great show. Thank you, Kevin. Andy Ruiz signed with Heyman. Thoughts on that? Good luck to Andy, because he has a lot of skills. Maybe they can get him conditioned a little better, and maybe he can start improving and fighting more often, because Andy Ruiz is a good fighter.
Yep. So
hey,
the Monday, we're not sure on that. Listen, next week we're up in the air. We're throwing things out. Follow the Fight Punchline page and see what's going on with that. We'll have everything out there for you guys.
I do know we're not doing Tuesday probably, though. We're going to move to like Sunday or Monday, right? Or Sunday or whatever it was.
Well, we're going to see. I'll let you guys know on that. We'll figure it out. So,
yeah. Hey, guys, great show today. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks for all the input. Subscribe, like, share. And what else we got to do?
Ring that bell.
Hit that little bell icon. And if there's any questions that we didn't answer, go ahead and go to our inbox. Kelly will message you himself, or either I will. We'll give you answers. And there are sponsorship opportunities right now. Do not miss out. We're running low on sponsorships right now. Opportunities. There's only a few left. If you want your business, or anything
out there
advertised, go ahead and get with Amy Green or myself, and we'll try to get a spot for you.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.